Baloney.
Oh.
Hey there, jabronis. Excuse me for any unholy baloney, but it's your boy Trist, wishing you not just bliss, but also a very Merry Christmas. And I know damn near the entire countryside has settled into a deep chill. Well, thanks climate change for your present to us all. But I hope you're keeping warm with family, friends, presents, and food. And we're going to make today feel like a loving, heartwarming holiday for you all. And speaking of food, I recently did an interview with one of the co-founders behind EVLovesNYC, a nonprofit organization based in the Lower East Side that came together during the pandemic to serve the hungry and forgotten while food pantries and kitchens were being closed down. And ever since 2020, EV Loves has built the relationships and bridges to underserved communities across New York to cook over 330,000 meals and provide over 2,000 hot meals every week to New Yorkers as they strive to end food insecurity in the 5 boroughs from the 6th Street Community Center. And that's where my interview with EV Loves co-founder Mahmoud kicks off. So let's watch.
Yeah. I'm Mahmoud and I'm the co-founder of EVLovesNYC, which is a mutual aid based in East Village that we feed people that need food, all around the city. Every week we make something between 2,000 to 3,000 meals.
Nice.
And we send it to all the 5 boroughs of New York City, all the way from top end of Bronx down to Coney Island, down to far parts of Queens, anywhere that needs food. So we work with like 70 organizations that they put requests in, and we make food for them and we give it to them to distribute. What makes us special is like we don't go into communities that we don't know and just be like, here we are, we are here to feed you. We work with the existing communities, like either it's a mutual aid there, or it's like, I don't know, a mosque there, or a church there, or I don't know, a community center there, and we really see what they need and everything.
Nice.
So, and like one of the places that food goes is held here in East Village goes to Tompkins Park, then some goes down to Roosevelt Park on East Houston, and some goes a bit further down to Chinatown to Columbus Park. So these are a few parts in the neighborhood that we distribute food.
Well, first I want to thank you for all that you and the organization, everyone who works with you does. I was wondering, because we've been talking lately about Eric Adams, his recent thing about allowing the cops and NYC's greatest and finest to basically determine who should be thrown into psychiatric hospitals against their will, especially the homeless. I was wondering if, especially since you work with a lot of marginalized communities, what you feel about that.
Because the problem comes from the definition that they do. They have a very upside down look. They're like, oh, look, these peasants on the street, that, we better people need to help them. They don't come from the place of compassion and caring. It comes from the place of, okay, these are a bother to society and we need to, cancel the appearance of that rather than addressing that. No one is denying the fact that there is more mental health support needed. The most important thing, more housing needed. That is the mother of all the issues. But then, addressing them needs real care and real compassion. So the easiest way is to ignore all of that and be like, we don't want the people with mental health on the streets, And also, to do that, we need to have the experts to do that. We had 2 volunteers here that became, for study for a year, and now they are EMTs, and they are 2 of the most compassionate people. They go, they stand, they go talk to people, check on them, make them feel connected, not with 3 guns on their belt and be like, make people frightened and everything. So, is it gonna be like something that is gonna work? Absolutely not. We all know, they know it too. It's just like everyone just try to check mark their work to say we have done the work and like we address that. But we all know that that's not a real solution.
So what do you think people can do to help start addressing some of these situations, to be a part of the solution?
Be a part of the community. Be know the people in your community. If there is something happening, go talk to them. A lot of times you understand that all people want is a human connection. Be a part of that, support them and stand for them, see what they need. They need food, they need hot space, they need clothes, whatever. But be continuous in that. These things are not a check mark. You can't come do it one time a year and be like, all right, I did it. You have to do a continuous work on that.
Thank you. Is there any way that people, if they see this and want to reach out to you, want to work with you, that they can reach out to you or to EV Love?
Yeah, this is actually one of the things that we love is the line between who is our volunteer and who we serve is very like, it's all one big family. So anyone that loves to come, they can check our website. They can walk here. We are here all the weekends. It's called EVLovesNYC. EVLoves.NYC. Come over and talk to us. We love to have you.
All right, thank you.
Sure, my pleasure.
I was wondering if I could get like just a quick shot of you in front of the spot. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry, guys. But yes, thank you for everything that you do. If you've just watched my interview with the co-founder of EV Loves NYC, you'll see this is an organization full of people who care, full of people who are happy to make a difference, and people who see a lack of care on the part of our leaders and excited to step up. And they stepped up to fill that need. Because just like the pandemic, and the Black Lives Matter George Floyd protests sparked EV Loves and so many others to action, New York City Mayor Eric Adams decreed to give the police, the NYPD, the power to put the homeless into psych wards against their will, ultimately sparked this interview. But rather than acting like these communities are a problem that could just be swept away, if you feel moved to help the hungry and needy instead, then help make a difference by giving to an organization like EV Loves NYC today to help further this all too important work. So here are the links to contact and learn more about EV Loves NYC and what they do and how you can help. And I hope you feel inspired to contribute where you can, and any other way you can donate and help, especially around this time of year and going to next year, is more than welcomed. Like we were just talking about how cold it is out right now.
Mother Nature. She has been hitting us with everything she has since the late hours of Thursday into Friday, Saturday, and now on Christmas morning. And this will go down in history as the most devastating storm. There has been a confirmed loss of life of 7 individuals. It is my extreme fear that this is going to rise. We anticipate that there are some individuals who have loss of life, whether it's freezing in homes or in vehicles that are still stranded. We need people. We are in a war with Mother Nature.
We've had wind chills of negative 30 and 40 in some places, including New York. There are people freezing and starving right now who could use our help, our compassion, our empathy, and our advocacy. Like, I grew up believing Canada's Boxing Day, for instance, was about Canada loving the sport of boxing so much that there was an entire holiday around Christmas time around it. But, embarrassing, I only just recently learned from the Believe It or Not podcast that Boxing Day is historically about packing up extra food and leftovers and gifts you weren't going to use to give to the poor instead of hoarding it. Although, of course, now that also has been commercialized and has kind of become the Black Friday of cheap post-Christmas store sales. But whether you celebrate around this time of year or not, we can still always get into the spirit of giving back and taking care of our fellow man. And of those with less than we have, because sometimes people need help to survive and a leg up to thrive, because we want someone to look out for us if we were ever in a time of need or hunger. Especially during this time of seasonal depression, darkness, and isolation. Speaking of which, if you wonder why I'm hiding in the bathroom, it's because they want me to not record so much today because it's Christmas. My roommate wants to spend time watching movies, but I really wanted to put out this interview today, so I needed to add some context to what we're talking about. And while I'm grateful to have these people here as a second family, if we want more peace and love in the world, then we got to be a part of adding that warmth and aid and love to the recipe and help it come to pass for everyone else. And I hope to do more of that myself too. I want to do more of these kind of interviews with those who are helping and making a difference. And I want to actually get my hands into the mix too. Maybe even with EV Loves NYC sometime. And I also want to do videos where I'm holding leaders accountable for their lack of service for those in need and their desire to control them instead. Like, I'm looking to begin next year with a video out about Mayor Adams' fascistic ass decree and what it could lead to and how it could have ramifications for all of us. But beyond all that, I got a lot planned for us going into next year. So if you love the channel, if you already subscribed, I'm grateful for you. You're part of Holy Baloney Jabroni's family. And one thing you can do to help share is donate, make a difference. If you like this channel, like, share, and subscribe. If you are looking for mutual aids in your area, go on Instagram, go online, research some that might be right near your area, or look up how to start one of your own. And let's just remember that, you know, the love we want in our lives, we gotta also put some of that back into the world too. Because the world doesn't get better unless we start to make things better. Okay? That's 2 peace signs. We out.